11:28 p.m. is when I'm making this, right? New Year, oh my god. Um, for a long time, I've been wanting to make this channel. But, you know how it is, right? Like, you grow up watching YouTube, it's like, you see him go places, you see him go to VidCon, and you see him go to Comic-Con, and then you see him meet all these other YouTubers, you see him play all these, like, new games, have all this cool tech, they go to, like, parties, and they get famous, they have, like, 1 million subscribers, and that type of thing, right? And, like, it's attractive. The idea is attractive. The idea of, I guess, getting a lot of fans and just all these types of people. It's really attractive. I didn't plan what I was gonna say. I should start though. And but like that changes, right? Like we all grow up to learn that that's incredibly unrealistic. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cause they. You know what I mean? It's like. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's not just it, right? And I'm just been kind of thinking that that's right. You know, like like you know what I mean? Like okay. Let me restart. Okay, you grow up and you find yourself watching YouTube videos and don't want to become a YouTuber, right? You find yourself want to do all these things because they're role models, right? Especially when when you don't have that good role models when you're young. You turn to YouTubers, you turn to internet personalities, celebrities, TV shows, guys like that. You turn to people like on the other side of the screen than anyone in real life. At least in my case, and probably in the case of many others. And for a long time, my idols were that YouTubers, internet celebrities, actual celebrities, film actors, fictional characters like Kiryu Kazuma from Yakuza. He's a big he's a big guy, And I'm making this because for a long time I was attracted by that, by the YouTube lifestyle. And only recently did I actually gain an idea what I actually want to do. I don't just want to make video essays like the many scripts I've been writing, or I want to make gameplay videos, or we're having fun. I'm making. Well, I don't know what type of videos I want to make, but I know that there's a purpose behind them. They aren't just to have fun. They aren't just to be like, yo, look at this crazy thing. But it's also to be like, I don't know, okay. You know, growing up as a Native American kid, like there's residential schools, colonialism, in some cases literal massacres, the starvation, the reservation system. In my case, the Indian Act. You know, like it may be history, but it affects politics incredibly, and it affects every single part of your at least your home life incredibly. For a long time, especially childhood, the effects of colonialism to literal massacres to the reservation system to residential schools to intergenerational trauma that is affecting you in your most vulnerable childhood, which is like 1 to 5, because at 5 actually you're able to like go to like school, grade 1 or kindergarten. Oh, my nose is plugged. That's why I'm breathing so hard. But yeah, and so that affects you young. You know, every little thing, every little piece of trauma, every little piece of abuse, that sticks to you for a very long time. It controls you subconsciously, and people deal with it in a lot of ways. But and when you grow up on a reservation, you see a lot of those ways. You don't become, like being around these people forces you to open your eyes. You can't willingly make yourself blind. It's impossible. You can't. And well, I don't know. I should have planned. The point is that you can't ignore it anymore. That's you only for so long you can ignore it. When you're 1 to 5, you can ignore it. You could like you can cry about it or whatever like babies do when they get yelled at, but like like you're still kind of ignoring. You're not doing anything about it. 5 to 10, you still not doing nothing. Yeah, elementary school, middle school, maybe even high school, you ain't doing nothing about it. You're ignoring it. It's like whatever. You see your students not doing any work. You see them get bullied. You see them get discriminated by teachers, by the education staff. You see all this other shit, right? Especially when you're growing up in like rural Canada, right? Like listen, like I don't know, man. Shit, you know what I mean? Now they're probably more racist up in Quebec, but you know what I mean. Still, you know, they go through that, and at some point you get sick. You get sick. You do. You get sick of the trauma. You get sick of the drunks. You get sick of the drug use and the starvation. You get sick of people living in piss poor housing. You get sick of all this other stuff. You get sick of it. You do. And when it comes to getting sick, there's also a moment where you accept it. It's normal. It's the normal lifespan of a native kid. And only then am I realizing that a lot of, at least me, I shouldn't say a lot of us, me. It's me. That's what I've been doing. I just been like, it's normal. It's another thing. But now think about that. No. I'm not gonna say it's not normal, but what I'm gonna say it's not right. You know what I mean? It could be normal, but it's not right. It's not right at all. Of course, yeah. Of course, Of course, I'm gonna care what's good, what's bad, or what's left or right, because what else am I supposed to think? You can't ignore it, right? You can't ignore it, and then you want to do something about it. It's probably egotistical. It's probably so narcissistic and crazy and insane and foolish in a way, right? But the main idea of this YouTube channel is to sort of, I guess, inspire people. Inspire the indigenous population. Like, not to do, like, YouTube or anything, but to be, like, I guess to, like, not accept it. To not accept all the shit that's happened all the shit that's happening, and will happen to us. To not just accept it. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean? Because, like, a lot of stuff is gonna happen. A lot of stuff did happen, and a lot of stuff is happening. And you should never look at it and go, oh, that's normal. That's just the way it goes. That's just history, and that's just how it is. I'm not telling you to rewrite history. I'm not telling you to completely ignore it. I'm not telling you to actively cover your ears in social studies. I'm not telling you to do that. But what I am telling you is to not just live by it. To not just because our parents, and their parents, just because this whole cycle of traumatized parents, just because they just because they were traumatized by drinking, by residential schools, by drugs, by their starvation, by law upon law, telling them to not celebrate their culture, we shouldn't just accept that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, 6 ago, right? We're dealing with a big crisis. It's like no one is willing to learn the language, and you know what I mean? A very small amount of people are willing to learn. A very small amount of youth are willing to go through the long haul to learn an entire language fluently, completely, so they can teach it on more. And 6 is small. It's small. It's hella small. It's like less than 400 people. Now I don't know what like the main criteria is, but to me that's pretty small. Especially if there's an elder dying every day. You know what I mean? It's small. And there's and there's a very small part of that smallness that are willing to learn a language. This is going too long. The main point is I want to inspire people to do something more, to not just to act, I guess, to act now. You know what I mean? To live on. That doesn't make any sense. it's egotistical to think that only I can do that. That only I can truly do that. And you're right. It is. It's maybe it's not. Maybe it's not even right. Maybe that's completely irrational to think. To think that that you're like like if someone else did this, if someone else other than me did this, yeah, like personally, I would be like, oh, that's cool. That's cool that they're doing that. You know what I mean? But it's also like the hero complex, right? It's like only I can. It's like it's like a reverse white savior complex where it's like only I can do it. Only I can save these native people. Only me. It's like no one likes that guy. No one likes the quirked up white boy that thinks that he can save a nation. You know what I mean? That feels some sort of weird guilt from I guess their supposed ancestors or some shit like that. You know what I mean? People, you know, like it's like you know, and that's it. That's the main. You know what? It's gone for like what 11 minutes and 28 seconds or something like that. And I'm looking at that now and thinking, you know what? I mean, it's not that bad to be honest. It's not that bad at all. The main idea is that I'm going to spend this entire year, even during high school, even during literal university, even during all this other shit. Even if I'm going through that, I'm still going to work on this YouTube channel because I want to inspire people. It's not about my life. It's about yours. It's about the native peoples. It's about every reservation. It's about teaching native youth to not just... Well, I'm not even assuming they're just sitting there. All I'm saying is that to just not accept it. You know, don't accept that the elders are just traumatized. Don't think that drinking is a good thing to let aside. Don't think that kid doing drugs on the corner is a perfectly all right. Don't let apathy control you. Don't let it because when you do, then who's going to do anything? You know what I mean? The idea of an individual's actions is worthless is wrong in almost every way. Because a million people are built up of a million individuals, and every individual is adding up to being so a million people believes in that. I'm done with being part of that million that just accepts that. You know? So I'm going to try and make a change, try and do something different, right? So others follow. So that million degrades and degrades and degrades. So less people are just accepting the wrongness of our current generation, our current life. To do something, I guess. I doubt it'll work. I really doubt it'll work. I doubt, because no one is inspired by just some crooked up native kid. But you gotta try. You know, you gotta make an honest effort. And yeah. That's why I'm doing, that's why I'm making it. That's why, so far, I've made like Class of 09 videos, and I'm working on the Signalis video that I actually made back in like, I actually like recorded the video back in like October, and I still haven't uploaded it because I'm still editing it when I actually, you know what I mean? But I am working on scripts. I'm working on so many video ideas I'm gonna release throughout the year. For a long time, they're gonna seem irrelevant to my goal, to my channel goal. I'm gonna be making like some like Splatoon video, like what the salmon is or something like that. I'm gonna be making like a Dark Tide video. I'm going to be making like some Warhammer Total War 3 type thing. But probably thinking, why? What does that do? And you're right. And all I can really say is, I guess for a long time it's not going to do anything. What does that even mean? I don't know, man. I want to do my own thing, at least for right now. You know, I want to, like, YouTube's like a big thing. If I want to make a difference, and I gotta sell myself into it. You know what I mean? I can't just do it. I can't just do it like. You kidding me? Like, you can't. No, you can't just do it like that. You have to. You have to put yourself, get yourself on the footing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like all these videos that I'm planning to make are tests within myself. Like maybe to edit videos, to script them, to be able to, like these videos. They're not just me having fun. They're me testing myself constantly. Every single video is gonna be a further test with that of how I will improve. They're not just some videos of you being like oh. No, I'm gonna be constantly working to better myself. Every single one will be better than the one before, and I will ensure it. I feel like I'm gonna eat my words in like a year or two, but and so be it. I will eat my words gladly. Someone's gotta eat it. You want to spoil? That doesn't make any sense. Look at. I feel like I've eaten too much. Huh. Right, man. So yeah, that's it. I'm a TLDR, I guess. The main objective of this channel is to inspire people. The main aim is like native people, like indigenous people, right? Of like the Americas and all that. But it's also to like, oh yeah, that's pretty much it. Just to inspire people, pretty much to like, I guess it's just like be more proactive. I guess I don't even know. And a lot of videos for the next like maybe like entire year will just be kind of just me like building up to actually pursuing that. You know what I mean? They're just gonna be like some random videos about games and I think I'm gonna make a video about photography. I think maybe I got Uramagi generation. I'm gonna use that to help. I'm just gonna be doing a lot of random things over the year, to build myself up, and then at some point I'll actually pursue it. I'll actually pursue my goal. I don't know how, but hopefully by then, when I'm actually got the experience, I could actually do so. That's the main idea. I've been breathing way too hard because